Welcome to Breakthrough. Thank you for joining us. Be sure to click the subscribe button followed by the bell icon so you don't miss any future videos.
How long? And I don't know, maybe you're not like me, but have you ever noticed that everything we try to do in life takes so long? It takes forever. It's like when you go to get your food at the restaurant, it seems like, I don't know if it's just me, but it seems like the food seems longer and longer before it comes out. And I know they're trying hard to do things, but it's like it's not fast enough for me. I find myself, wanting to go back and help them cook it because I think I could do it faster. but often, we start out with a good intention in a relationship, or at times we start out with good intentions, but it takes too long, and so we give up. We just give up and we go do something else, or we focus on something else. We take our eyes off of what we're trying to do, or even what we feel God is trying to do, has for us to do. It's a task maybe He even called us to do. And we take our eyes off of it and we move on to something else. We get so easily distracted, I think. And I don't know if that's just the information age that we live in, with where our cell phone and we're so distracted by the news, by Facebook, by whatever someone else is doing, and it's hard to find time to just for yourself. I think it's important, and I've started doing this lately, is literally set down my phone and walk away from it and take a break. Maybe it's just 30 minutes or an hour during your day. You just got to leave it alone. Not just let go of things a little bit. And sometimes when we feel like we're not making progress in a situation, we get discouraged. And I don't know, maybe you're not like me and you don't get discouraged, but often we get discouraged. And I found this verse in Philippians 1 verse 6, and we all know that verse, but it says, being confident of this very thing. We can be confident of this thing, it says. And it says that he which hath begun a good work in you will perform it. And so we can say that together. God has begun a good work in me, and He will perform it. He's going to work it out in my life. In other words, what He's doing in me, He'll work out into my life if I'll just keep going, if I'll just keep walking towards Him. I mean, we can all get excited when we think, well, God's going to accomplish something, right? God's going to give me something great. God's going to do something awesome for me. But when we always get tired when we don't see anything happening. And then we can add in there, in this verse, Galatians 6 verse 9, it says, let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. In other words, we're going to reap if we don't faint. If we don't stop, we will reap what God is trying to work out of us. Okay? Does that make sense? We're going to work out, God is going to work something out of our life if we don't stop. So don't get weary, all right? I wrote this down. Weary and well in doing. Let me say it again. Weary in doing is like fainting at harvest time. Because if you faint when you're trying to harvest, you're not going to reap. Okay? So there's no reaping, okay, if you stop doing what God has called you to do. The real question, I guess, is, are we going to be faithful and obedient? Are we going to be faithful and obedient? See, God is faithful. He's faithful in me, right? I got saved. Jesus came into my heart. He is faithful in me. But is He's faithful in me. Am I going to be faithful letting Him come out of me? I guess that's the question. The test is in the testimony, right? The test is in the testimony. So when I begin to speak about what God is doing in my life, I gotta understand that I gotta let God be glorified and let every man be a liar. I gotta trust God. Amen.